Alright, got the robe ready, because this one, we're just going to sit back, we're going to relax. Well, you know what, we might not relax for this one, there could be some tears. This is a reunion, we're watching Harry Potter, the 20th anniversary. I believe this was, well, over 2 years ago now, right? So, 2022, the cast got back together, came back. Ah, this is going to be wholesome, isn't it? I mean, I'm scared for my life here, because I feel like tears are going to be shed. I think we've all established throughout this whole Harry Potter journey that I'm not really good at tearing up. Or crying, actually, because I can tear up really well and then just hide it. Yeah, I mean, I probably do need a therapy session, don't I? Now, I know some of these guys have probably passed away as well, which is going to make it 10 times more sadder. It's going to be a tearjerker. Tearjerker. Goodness, I don't know how Americans do it. Anyways, let's just get into it. Hey, hometown, London. Hey, yo. I was literally there last week. Not that you care. That looks like Emma Watson. Hermione. Hey, that's Hagrid, right? Neville. Yo, he's aged gracefully. Yeah, getting an invite. Yep. Same letter. Wow. This is gonna be it. Wow. I could tell. We're gonna tear up. Oh, we're taking the train. Goodness gracious. Hey, Mr. Weasley. Tom Felton. Yeah, Malfoy. Ginny. Wow, Ginny and Luna. Bellatrix, yeah. Remember, hate the character, not the actor. I was gonna say actress and then I said actor. That's why I said actra. Oh. Oh, look at that plane. I'm gonna miss this. The same thing. What was it from Chamber of Secrets when Ron was like, oh my word, I'm in love. Yes, Malfoy. This is just so good to see. I'm just gonna be smiling like a 12-year-old girl. Maybe not 12, probably like 6-year-old girl. Neville. Neville had a peak arc throughout the whole movies, right? Like he's a nobody, and then right at the end, what does he do? Goodness, gets the sword, cuts the kills the snake, and then kills Voldemort. What an ending. Helena, wow. Hey, that's Thingy. Oh, Sirius Black. Daniel Radcliffe, right? Harry. Harry Potter, 20th anniversary. Return to Hogwarts. Don't know what the accent was. I apologize in advance. There he is. There's the main man. Mr. Potter.
All over the country were holding up their glasses and saying in hushed voices, to Harry Potter, the boy who lived.
The boy who lived. Harry Potter.
Dad, hey man.
Oh, what's the quote? I've flipping forgotten now. The boy who lives? No, the boy who something come to die? Oh, good God. I love that one, and I've completely forgotten it. Absolutely butchered it.
I ended up doing it because my daughter, Eleanor, convinced me to read the books after I refused 3 times. So once Prisoner of Azkaban came out, I said... Thank you, Eleanor.
Yes, thank you, Eleanor. We really appreciate you. To be fair, it's probably because of her we got this. So well done.
This is my vision. She said that's exactly the way I see the movie.
When the books came out,
wow,
the queues of kids
that
around
is
the block.
Crazy.
I mean,
hey, Hagrid. Hagrid's passed away now, hasn't he?
I think I probably would have been about 8 years old. My dad used to do all the voices, and my brother and I just became obsessed. We would just beg him to keep going. And every time he'd finish a chapter, he'd be like, one more, please, just one more.
Yeah. I probably would have been, what, 3? 2? Goodness, I don't even know how old I would have been. If she was 8 then, yeah.
We just both sat there in silence, him reading Chamber of Secrets, me reading Philosopher's Stone. And that was it, really. I never looked back.
At the time of reading, we instantly related to Fred and George.
Twins.
The writing was so vivid, the characters so relatable.
Producer, okay.
One of the many reasons I admire J.K. so much is that millions who now read books who would never have lifted a book up in their lives.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, I tried to read books only because of Harry Potter. Never saw the movies though. I had always had them playing in the background. But goodness gracious, I mean, I always knew how massive this fan base was, the franchise. But look at this, goodness gracious. It was huge, wasn't it? And still is. It's massive.
We were the only set of twins there who weren't wearing identical clothing.
Just off the rack.
Just off the rack. They were like, right, they will do. And then off we went.
Wow.
So they seemingly walked away. And of course, while there's still one gentleman holding a boom mic straight over our heads, and this little girl asked me, "What's that?" I think he even said, "It's a mic, duh." I was like, they're filming us. This is just like a trick. Like,
that's such a mouthful thing to say.
I remember it because it was Emma.
It was Emma. Wow.
I always knew that I was going for Hermione in a way that I think terrified my parents, because they were like, what are we going to do with her if she doesn't get the part?
Yeah, goodness. Would have been a disaster for her for the next 10 years.
I think the biggest pressure at the beginning was who was going to be Harry Potter.
We couldn't find Harry.
Until...
One night watching the BBC version of David Copperfield, immediately a light bulb went off in my head and I said, this is Harry Potter. This is the kid we've been looking for.
Wow, look at him. Look at chubby cheeks and all. Alright, so that's how they got him. Wow. I thought Harry Potter was his first ever, like, project. Well, so he did something before that as well. Fair enough.
Dan's father to bring Dan in for an audition. And action.
That's a dragon egg.
What is it?
That's what that is.
What is that?
Dragon egg.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, get closer to her as she finds out the information. And action.
I knew it. Here it is. The only known maker of the Sorcerer's Stone. The what? Oh, honestly, don't you two read?
Yeah, you can see the chemistry all right.
It's lovely seeing you.
Yeah, this is surreal, isn't it?
How do we all feel being back and talking about this?
But really emotional, obviously.
Yeah, I don't have the tissues, Emma, so let's relax.
It doesn't feel like much time has passed. It doesn't feel like we've kind of earned a reunion yet.
Yeah. I know.
I have had kidney stones and a baby, so...
I do remember that when it was the three of us, something felt different and right and easy. I do remember the click.
We'd been out of the studios. They told us we got the parts.
Good memory, because I wouldn't remember any of that. Wow, yeah. It's good to see them, like, they're really good friends, aren't they? You can clearly tell that they probably still message each other all after all this time. They're probably still in contact, probably share stuff about their families and stuff.
I think I'm scarily like my character. So I live in a family of 7, and I've got a red-headed sister, and I live in a burrow.
Yeah. Oh, I remember watching Ron in the first movie. I was like, yeah, this kid's gonna make me laugh. He's gonna make me laugh.
I always believe you cannot bring that kind of anxiety. I want everyone to feel comfortable. I want everyone to feel like it's a family. I want everyone to feel like they're home.
Nice. Yeah, that's how you do it. First year at Hogwarts. Wow. Wow, I remember this like it was yesterday. Goodness.
Basically in shock.
Looking back, I am sort of amazed at the fact that I wasn't ever, like, completely overwhelmed by it.
Dan, when you turn away from her...
Yeah, I mean, as kids, that must have been like, woof. Like, this is a big deal. It's Harry Potter. They handled it really well.
We were very much just, like, kids being kids on a set.
With like all of us like red
I think we also upgraded to knuckles as well, and we're like
really hard.
Oh, and shins.
Yeah.
I remember the shin version.
He remembers the shin version. Goodness, that must have really hurt then, Ron.
They probably made their jobs harder for themselves by letting us have as much fun as we had, because it distracted us from, you know, the work we were supposed to be doing.
And for the other
Yeah, I mean, how did they get work done if that's what they allowed you to do? I mean, it clearly worked though, didn't it?
had worked with kids a lot, and he was terrific with them. He really was. He used to go down on his knees to talk to them, and
he was such a dad as well. Like, and you could really feel that, like, kind of part of his family.
Wow, that's nice.
But it's not easy because it takes a tremendous amount of patience with kids, particularly with kids as hyperactive and as excitable as we all were.
Hey, Neville. Neville's aged gracefully, goodness. I mean, does he have a kid? What, is he married?
The British acting industry and not having a clue who anyone is. I thought Richard Harris worked here as a tour guide for a while.
Oh, the first Dumbledore. I mean, how many movies was he in? Did we get the new Dumbledore after, was it Chamber of Secrets? I can't remember.
Granger Hagrid met in the village. It was Snape.
Snape.
He knows how to get past Fluffy.
Ah.
And with Dumbledore gone.
Snape's passed away as well. I mean, when did he pass away? I think, has it been like 10 years now? I think I read. That's just sad, goodness.
Robbie Coltrane.
He loved making us laugh, and he was incredibly good at it.
I tried.
That would probably be me.
Well, we spent so much time together.
I know. I spent more time with you than I did with my own children.
I know, wild.
Ah, this is so nice.
It means dirty blood. Mudblood's a really foul name for someone who is muggle-born. Someone with non-magic parents. Someone like me.
Yeah, goodness, I remember that. And at the time, I think I was like, goodness, really? I never knew it meant that bad. Like, goodness, she was really hurt. Creating the impossible.
I was always adamant that Hogwarts shouldn't feel as if it's a world that couldn't exist in reality. We could build this world from the ground up.
Oh, nice.
All the floors are real York stone. A lot of those scenes with 250 extras, they're all about 18 and trampling around, and you're not going to put a plastic floor down. It's got to be the real stuff.
Whoa. That is sick. I want to visit. I mean, I really want to visit that. Please? Goodness.
Hundreds of real candles that were really lit on the fishing line from the ceiling.
So much of that would be visual effects.
Yeah, that is actually really true. Like, so much CGI would be done. I think that's what they're probably going to do, isn't it? For the series that's coming up. Is it in 2025 or 2026?
The hardest scene to shoot was Quidditch, and the audience had to understand the rules immediately.
True. Yeah. I mean, when I first saw, like, the first game of Quidditch, I was like, good God. That is a lot of budget. Like, so much of that budget must have gone crazy with it.
With Stuart Craig, our production designer, design the look of the Quidditch pitch and really create a pitch that felt authentic for a game that is completely unreal.
Yeah, I mean, they did a really good job with Quidditch. Like, from the very first movie, it was amazing. Like, visually.
There was a moment on day 2, maybe, or 3. The camera pushes into you and you say, we're not going home, not really. I still get tears in my eyes thinking about it. I thought, this kid is an amazing actor. And it was that moment kind of opened up the whole world for us.
He looks like he's about to tear up. Harry, Daniel, don't cry, because then you're going to make me cry.
First film was a hit. So once it became a hit and people accepted not only the film, but accepted the cast.
Right, yeah.
The Chamber of Secrets, because I was like...
Yeah, it's always best to get the first one out of the way. And when it does well as well, it's like you're so much more happy and free. Like, creatively as well, you can just be like, okay, you know what? I can do this now. I'm not going to have anyone go, we're not really sure about this cast, about this film. Because by the first one already done, you're like, okay, I think everyone's happy with it now. We can do a little bit more with the second one.
I always loved any scene where the kind of Weasleys were all together, like the Burrow scenes. It just had this frenetic energy. Everyone kind of played off each other.
Yeah, like family.
I feel like being a Weasley is the best part. We had like our Hogwarts family, but I felt like so special having an actual extra family. And all these scenes that we got on top of everything else.
It's like, it's a bit crazy, isn't it? Seeing all of them as adults.
Walters, who played my mother.
Look at Ginny.
She really kind of took me under her wing and she just was like the perfect mother figure.
Oh yeah, she was great. I mean, is she going to show up? I haven't seen her yet.
Julie Waters and Mark Williams, they were like my second family. They were always kind of staying in character. They would bounce off each other.
Dumbledore,
Who? Who did?
Dumbledore must know you're here.
Dumbledore. How do you mess that up?
That's the cool thing about it as well, is that you see that motion where they are very inclusive. And then you see the complete opposite with the Malfoys.
It's always such a good comparison, the two families,
You've got
side by side.
a real chalk and cheese side of it.
Now, Draco, play nicely.
Meet the Malfoys. Ooh. Come on, Lucius.
I'm convinced I ended up playing Lucius because I didn't want to. Chris said, that was great. Would you mind reading a different part? And I read through gritted teeth, was deeply bitter. And of course, that's exactly what was necessary. And they asked me to play Lucius, and thank God they did.
Yeah.
Dare you?
Perfect for the role. You know, you go in for something else, but you get this other thing that you didn't really want to do. How life works, huh?
If Hagrid was your first influence, chances are you're going to be, all right there, mate. You're going to be lovely and very huggy.
Yeah, goodness. Sounded just like him. All right then, mate.
If your dad is a psychopath wielding a cobra cane about, you're probably not going to be the friendliest geezer.
Yeah. I mean, I started feeling sorry for the character after, was it Half-Blood Prince? You could really feel sorry for him.
Working with Jason was not always a treat. Just immediately turned into the most unfriendly, horrible person.
The very first scene that I shot was actually cut. It was on the deleted scenes. Draco touched something and I used this cane and I went...
Didn't touch anything, Draco.
And he looked up at me and his eyes welled with tears.
Yes, Father.
And I went, Tom, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how sharp they were and how heavy it was. And he went, no, it's all right. It's good for the scene.
Flipping hell. He got a bit too crazy with the character. Dobby.
Harry Potter.
Whenever I think of Dobby, whenever I see Dobby now, I just think of his death.
I remember saying to a friend, I've got this part, it's an elf in Harry Potter, how important this character was.
He plays Dobby? Wow. Okay. I don't know who I was expecting to play Dobby, but wow. Okay. He was in, I mean, he's been in a few things, hasn't he? But I remember him from Captain America. I think it was the first one. Or Winter Soldier. Yeah, he's really good, isn't he? I hated that scene. Torture.
And I just thought, this is going to be ridiculously good fun.
Mr. Malfoy. Mr. Malfoy.
Yeah, that's where he's like, you know what? I've had it with ya. All right? You're not going to treat my boy Dobby like that.
Master has given Dobby a shock. Dobby is free.
One of the major themes is this alliance of friends who endure.
Oh, what a time. I wish I could just go back and watch it again. I feel like I'm going to wait quite a while before I do a whole rewatch of the series, like the movies. So good.
We had animatronic version of Fox the Phoenix, and it was this big red bird that doesn't exist.
It does not exist. It wasn't unrealistic. Like, it could, I guess.
Wow, I actually thought it was real.
They had a camera inside the eye, so they could see Richard looking at it. We don't want to break the spell, so we'll just keep the bird reacting. You know, got into a cycle where Richard was like, the bird is responding to me.
Fascinating creatures, phoenixes.
That is crazy. What? So that was just like an invention? It wasn't even real? Crazy.
No.
We just thought it was a real bird. It was insane that we were part of that.
You know, I do not know of another human being that could have started the series in the way you did.
Well, that makes me feel great. I've always felt guilty about leaving. I really did.
Oh, no.
When I said goodbye to you guys, I was like, I can't believe I'm leaving these guys.
Ah, right. Okay. So he left. Right. I think I did see a few comments of you guys telling me someone else has been directing these movies. Some were happy, some weren't about that direction, I think. So, interesting.
You fail to recognize that it matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be.
Chapter 2, Coming of Age, Prisoner of Azkaban and the Goblet of Fire. Right. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, Sirius. Hug it. Come on. Give us a tight hug.
Who is that? That man?
That's Sirius Black, that is.
He's Sirius Black, that is.
Yeah.
Sirius Black is an essential character for Harry. The image of Sirius Black as a criminal is one that's presented to Harry.
Yeah, I mean, we all assumed it was someone like a bad character. I mean, I thought he was evil, wasn't he? And then you find out later that, oh my word, it's Harry's godfather. Wow.
Harry is such a remarkable actor. One of the reasons we chose him is he obviously has potential for darkness, but he has such soul and has such a warmth within.
Yeah. I mean, he was in Dark Knight as well, wasn't he? He was a professor. No, not professor. Goodness. Commissioner Gordon. Did that role really well as well.
For Azkaban, it's a coming of age. They are passing the threshold between childhood and their teenage years.
Okay, so new director at this point.
There is a greater optimism. Nevertheless, when he turns 13, there's a big cloud that overshadows everything around Harry. And we needed to convey that also stylistically.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a really good job there of doing that.
What's going on? Dunno. Maybe we've broken down.
Yeah, this is where the Dementors first come. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Why is everything so cold? And then the Dementors come in. Oof.
The descriptions that J.K. Rowling has of the Dementors are very scary, and I really wanted to convey this sense that the Dementors, what they do is they suck all the joy away.
Oh boy, do they suck all the joy away. You know, weirdly, that sounds wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, no way is at all sensible.
The first person I remember being like in awe of when they came in was Gary.
I remember you giving me the Gary chat. Yeah, you were like, listen, Emma, you need to be cool.
The Gary chat.
It was really sweet to see the two of them. Harry has made a totem out of Sirius Black. That totem that is kind of unapproachable and in many ways scary.
Yeah.
Just watching you guys as people and just watching these like incredible actors who were just like, oh yeah, no, you're just people and you'd have fun in between and the whole process doesn't have to be painful. It can be intense and you showed me the wonders of that sometimes as well, and that was really important. Let's kill him! Wait! I did my waiting!
Yeah, such a good actor. Good God.
12 years of it in Azkaban! I have never done a scene with such an amazing cast in my life. It's a very long scene. It's a scene in which there are a lot of twists inside the scene. And it was
so many twists, man. I was like, what? Oh, this is what's happening. Oh, wait, no, not this. Oh, again? What is going on?
And you can see Rupert and Emma and Dan that they are completely committed to the scene. I love it. I have such a great memory of it.
I told Dumbledore you were helping an old friend into the castle, and now...
I mean, are we going to get Snape in this? I don't think we are we? Because I think it's been a while since he passed away, which is so sad because I would have loved... It would have been great to see him in this reunion, right? Boy, I don't want to tear up. I want to tear up.
I wish I'd had the whole picture. You know, we only ever found out book.
Yeah, book.
I don't know whether you were, because you were Harry Potter,
just Rickman.
you had a...
Rickman did, that was it.
Yeah.
Rickman.
He had the inside line.
He worked that one.
He very, very early said to Joe, he was like, I think I need to know what happened.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard Rickman knew what sort of ending was basically about to play out.
Chris would literally say to him, why are you doing that like that? He said, I'll tell you later.
Yeah, I think I heard that somewhere on the internet. So that was spoiled for me a little bit. Not really a spoiler, but yeah, I did hear that he had to know, which is crazy. Like, he knew the ending, how it was going to go for him, how Snape was just going to, crazy.
He was like, you know these characters at this point better than I'm ever going to be able to understand.
Half a side of A4, I was like, I feel like you've pretty much covered everything. Like, Joe's written a good 500 pages about this, but I feel like this one pretty much sums it up. Great.
Oh, I would have hated that. I hate it when someone goes, yeah, so mate, could you write like a 500-word essay? No. Please no. God no. I'd rather dance, Snake. Actually, no. I'll write the essay. I'll write the essay. I'm sorry.
Rupert didn't deliver anything. I thought that Ron wouldn't do it.
I mean, luckily, Alfonso kind of saw that it was very in character for me not to have done it.
Emma is just such an effortless actor. She prepares a lot. When you're doing the scenes, it's as if everything is just flowing out of her.
Yeah, she's a really good actress. I mean, I haven't seen her in many other roles. I mean, she's one of those actresses that doesn't... I think she's one of those ones that chooses her roles really carefully. Because I don't see her... I mean, I've seen her... Not the movies themselves, but I have heard and seen little snips here and there of like certain movies that she's been in. But for the most part, she's really like kind of dialed back, isn't she? Even now. She's only what, 33, 34? Grand new era.
Hogwarts has been chosen to host the Tri-Wizard Tournament.
Yeah, Tri-Wizard Tournament. Oh boy, do I remember this. How? Goblet of Fire.
All of the Tri-Wizard Tournament stuff.
Yeah.
So lovely.
Robert Pattinson.
To be
dying.
Surprised and blown away.
Yes.
And like taken away.
And I have forgotten his
magic.
name. Cedric. There you go. I remembered. Goodness, I feel so relieved.
He was a perfect director for that film. It was a really like bombastic, action-packed, wonderful, eccentric film.
I love Mike. He was great. I mean, he was almost like he was from the books.
Fourth book is the biggest of them. It's about 900 pages. It's a doorstop. It's a house brick.
It's a house brick. That's how thick it is, mate. I mean, this is crazy because it's like, you'd think there's like 8 movies, right? And you'd want there to be like one director for all 8 of them. Maybe. I don't know much about directing. So it's like, you would think it'd be easier to have them all directed by one guy.
The Weasley twins, whom I was very fond of, they had to fight.
We were doing the scene when Fred and George are rejected from entering the Triwizard tournament, and then we had these wigs on. Mike said, okay, so I think you guys would be really annoyed with each other. I think you should have a good fight about this.
These two were sort of pressing about at it. And I said, no, come
Yeah,
on, boys. Really,
remember that
it's a
fight? They went in there thinking, wow, we're going to get through this. And then for a minute, I was like, oh, it looks like it worked. And it didn't. Fight resumed.
I remember gripping him round the waist and trying to fling him about and so forth, and cracked a couple of ribs. And so was in absolute agony from then on. The wonderful thing was that I had made a complete twit of myself. Everybody felt much
So
better
what was
for
he?
that.
What happened? Was he good, or did he just have to go to hospital afterwards? Magic in the air. Yeah, I don't know where this is going. Love in the air.
In The Goblet of Fire, that film is just all about teenagers, you know, having crushes for the first time, asking someone to the date, to the Yule Ball.
Yep, I remember that.
There was crushes and people went out with each other and broke up, and just like you're doing, just like I used to do at school. It was exactly the same environment, but it was just in a Defense Against the Dark Arts class.
Yeah. Summed it up well, Neville. I don't know why I'm calling them by their character names still. I should know their names, shouldn't I? It's a bit rude. Yeah, I remember that.
And especially like the fourth film was the one with like the bow batons and the Durmstrangs. So like you had a bunch of like hormonal teenagers anyway, and then like bring in 2 massive groups of new people.
Yeah, Ron was going crazy. He was like, oh, my hormones. I was like, goodness, Ron, relax. Although you can't. Hormones are kicking.
You say dragons. If you can't get a date, you can.
I think I take the dragon right now.
He's like, I think you could take. Oh.
Those years, and I feel like it did not take a huge acting stretch for me to tap into my awkward, nerdy teenage side.
Yeah, all came natural.
Yes?
I just wondered if you... maybe you want to go to the ball with me?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, her accent was immense. I mean, is she going to be in it? I'd love to hear your accent again. Of course, I want you to be in the thing because more reasons. But you know what?
First and foremost, a dance.
Yeah.
It was pretty much like a typical school dance of that age.
We were in a big room in Oxford. Maggie's right in the middle, and she says, right, I'm going to teach you to dance.
Oh, that'd be my kryptonite.
It's Rupert.
I would hate
she
it.
Says,
Please, you're right.
Like, no. Ask me to do whatever. Goodness. Go and tell me to fight Voldemort on my own. I'll do it. I'm not dancing, though.
I'd never danced with a lady before, so it was kind of a very new thing.
We were winding him up. We were winding up anyway before we started filming.
They kind of convinced me before we filmed it that there was this whole like dance routine plan.
We were like, do you know your steps? No, you know, the routine. Like, we've all been doing a routine for like the past 6 weeks or something like that.
Oh my days. That is literally what they would do in a movie. Literal twins.
One of the most enchanting days was the Great Ball, because there was all these incredibly beautiful young people, perfectly dressed.
And then there was Ron. Who remembers this? Goodness.
What are those?
My dress robes. The suits we had on were like really, really wide lapels and long sort of tails, and you didn't feel cool.
I look like my great Aunt Tessie.
Oh, poor Aunt Tessie. Who is she? We will never know.
All I can remember is that, like, really aggressive 6-layer collar thing.
It was very Weasley.
It was, wasn't it? Very Weasley.
Emma obviously looked beautiful and was in an incredible dress, and me and Rupert looked like, I don't know, Austin Powers mates or something hanging out to the side.
She looks beautiful.
Yeah, she came prepared. Goodness.
Harry and Ron, particularly Ron, see Hermione as a young woman, not just this kind of sidekick that they each have.
Oh, Hermione, we never saw you as a sidekick. Oof. We did not.
They sit so parallel to everyone's life.
I knew it was a big deal and I was miserable. I just knew it was the like duckling becomes a swan moment. I knew there was just like all of this pressure suddenly.
Don't swing your
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine.
Your arms are swinging too much. You're walking too quickly. He's giving me a million different directions about how to walk down the stairs. And of course, I fell down the stairs.
You fell down the stairs. Well, that's just very bad for everyone involved.
I'm not a dancer and I will never be able to dance. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty rigid in that dance scene.
Harry, me and you both. Daniel, sorry. Goodness. I really need to call them by the names. Someone help me. Goodness, we're not live. I would love to have your help.
Always loved each other, really.
I walked into the room where we were having tutoring. The assignment that had been given was to draw what you thought God looked like. And Tom had drawn a girl with a backward cap on a skateboard.
Oh, Thomas, come on.
I just fell in love with him.
And someone said she had a crush on him.
If his number was on the call sheet, it was an extra exciting day. And so for him, he was like, you're like my little sister.
Ooh.
I became very protective over her. Yeah, I've always had a soft spot for her, and that continues to the day.
Malfoy, hey, Tom, you fumbled it. You fumbled it, mate. She had a crush on you all this time? Good God, I'd be like, wow. Can we go back? Can we go back? Rewind. Time. She had a crush on you, Tom. You cis-zoned her? He who must not be named. We all know who that is. Voldy the Boldy.
And I knew that he had a great force, this kind of delicate, subtle force of personality.
Hey, there he is.
My sister has children who are then around 10, 11, 12. I said, Martha, I don't know about this Harry Potter thing, Voldemort. What's that? You're being asked to play Voldemort? You've got to do it!
Yeah, his voice. All I can picture is a Voldemort, a bold Voldemort. That's all I can picture.
Design ideas for the look. I wasn't expecting that. And I thought, wow, that's a strong look. I didn't feel Voldemort was that human. I felt he was the essence of evil. I know he's been human, but he's become a snake-like thing.
Yeah. Okay, so they did some sort of special effects with the nose. I thought it was makeup or practical, which is fine. Still look really good.
Come to die. Rafe.
That's the one, yeah.
Evil.
Harry Potter, something, something, come to die. Ooh, that was chills.
He does have a nose, spoiler alert, and he was covered in stickers. So he was slightly less intimidating than on screen.
Yeah.
Something they called action.
They took about 3 hours in makeup, the painting of the hands, the nails, the teeth. And even with my nose, I felt strong. It felt powerful. It felt evil.
Yeah, goodness, I can imagine.
One of the people that you assume is going to be very important in the story is Cedric Diggory.
Ah, Cedric. Yeah, the death.
Cedric is killed.
Kill the stag! Cedric!
Oh, yeah, we're having to relive that moment all over again.
He manages to take the body and crash land back at the end of the competition, and Cedric Diggory's father believes that his son has won, and then he realizes that the kid is dead, and he howls like a dog.
This is my boy!
Yeah, he acted his face off in that scene, goodness. I mean, that was the first time I was feeling really like, oof, that was heartbreaking.
Harry sort of feels that kind of death of somebody young close to him. That's a scene I remember really distinctly going like, oh, this is...
Yeah, goodness, look at this scream, honestly. That 1 minute of screen time was crazy for him. He was like, you know what? No. I'm going to let people think that I'm not going to be a big part of this movie. And then right at the end, I'm going to go, you know what? This is me. I'm going to act my face off.
Cedric Diggory was murdered by Lord Voldemort.
The three of them, they're in adversity. And that forges friendships, as we know.
Yeah, that's where it got dark. It just kept getting darker from there.
You are protected, in short, by your ability to love. The only protection that can possibly work against the lure of power like Voldemort's. In spite of all the temptation you have endured, all the suffering, you remain pure of heart.
Chapter 3. The Light and Dark Within.
Oh,
What I
wow.
wanted to do, let me see if we can,
is get up here. Oh, look, they really don't look very well.
They're all still here.
They're really still here. I mean, has anyone fed them?
No, oh wow. They're still there. Goodness. Someone check on them.
It's so nice to see you.
It was a pleasure being your co-star and coaster. What a clever pun I made when I was young. I mean, I'm honestly still kind of pleased with that.
She seems like such a fun person to be around. Just laughing, you know, just fun, warm energy.
I said, I do love you, and I just wish I'd been born 10 years earlier. I might have been in with a chance. Lots of love, and thanks for being cool.
Isn't it nice? That is in my toilet, Dan.
Oh, wow.
There's a storm coming, Harry. We'd all best be ready when she does.
Yeah, she was a menace. Killed, she killed, yeah, she killed, Sirius. Then she didn't kill Snape. Goodness, how am I already forgetting this? I literally just finished it like a week ago. Lord have mercy. For now, we'll just leave it. Let's just focus on this. I'm having a horrid time. My memory's getting worse day by day.
You're just going to put them right in your mouth, yeah? Okay, in they go. I'd forgotten.
Do you remember me?
I remember this. Yeah.
Her laugh is amazing. Her laugh makes me want to laugh.
Well, Bellatrix doesn't think she's evil.
No.
She thinks she's the opposite.
Right.
So I had to sort of construct a reason for why she should hurt people and why, for her, she is desensitized. It makes her feel powerful.
Yeah. I mean, boy, did she do a good job. She is really good.
Bellatrix was just this wild thing.
You can never really know what's going to come out of her mouth next.
Yeah, she really was unpredictable, wasn't she?
Just allowed to do anything she wanted. She could cackle, she could jump up and down and say whatever she wanted, and just not knowing, not trying to keep her in tow.
You filthy half blood!
That's all right, it's just a curious lad, aren't you? I kept on wanting to go, shut up!
Shut up, shut up!
I killed you, didn't I?
You killed me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Had to be done. I remember we worked.
She's like, sorry.
And things. You were a really good wizard. I was a really good
Had
witch.
to be done, you know? Not even, you're not sorry, are you? Come on.
You fell into the veil. What was it? The veil?
Yeah.
What was it?
Then there was speculation of, does he come back? Can you come back from the veil?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
No,
You can't, no. Yeah, I knew not to ask that. That was tragic. Oh, yeah. Oof. I remember that like it was last night. I also remember being so crazy and mad at her. I'm like, go get her. Go and get her right now. Right now. Growing up.
By the time we get to Order of the Phoenix, the world is becoming more political, and I felt we needed a director.
I know what you're thinking. There she is. Umbridge. We're gonna get her cat. I'm gonna hate the character and the actress. I'm joking. I'm not. Hey. Only the character, remember? Never go too far. I'm just gonna be like, yeah. Goodness, I hate her. I know she played the part. Goodness. I know it was all fake. But I hate her. Give me her address. No. She did a really good job of being, you know, someone that everyone hates. Fair play to her.
It needed to expand and get bigger and more frightening.
Yeah, I remember being shook at that scene. I was like, bam, goodness gracious. Scared me already?
You say much more and you might as well induct him into the order straight away.
Good, I want to join. If Voldemort's raising an army, then I want to fight.
So we fight.
When I started, one thing that David and the studio spoke to me about was Emma is not sure she wants to come back to do another Potter.
What?
Harry!
So we were this close to not getting Hermione or Emma Watson coming back?
Dan and Rupert, they had each other. I had my cronies, whereas Emma was not only younger, she was by herself.
I did find a diary entry that was kind of like, I can see that at times I was lonely.
Damn, I never knew how she felt that way.
As a 14-year-old boy, I was never going to turn around to another 14-year-old and be like, hey, how you doing? Like, is everything okay?
Yeah, because you're not really young, but you're not old enough to like talk about those things, are you?
We never really spoke about it. I guess we were just kind of going through it at our own pace. We were kind of in the moment at the time. Just didn't really occur to us that we were all kind of probably having similar feelings.
Damn, I mean, I'm thankful you guys didn't go through with it though.
The fame thing had finally hit home in a big way.
Yeah.
No one had to convince me to see it through. The fans genuinely wanted you to succeed, and we all genuinely have each other's backs. How great is that?
I mean, like I said before, huge fan base. I mean, I always knew going into this how big and how much everyone loves these movies and the books as well. But you just see this and it's like, wow, it means so much to people.
I've been thinking about something Dumbledore said to me. That even though we've got a fight ahead of us, we've got one thing that Voldemort doesn't have.
Each other.
Yeah? Something worth fighting for.
Oh. Did I get this wrong in the reaction as well? How did I get it wrong for the second time? Oh, I'm awful.
I'm really looking forward to watching the film with my hypothetical children one day.
It's massive.
Hypothetical. I mean, doesn't he have a kid now? Does he have a boy? A young, tiny boy? Could be wrong though. I don't know.
I'm one of the very lucky few people who can say J.K. Rowling was my pen friend.
Okay, Luna. Goodness.
First part of the audition is this crazy open call. Literally anyone can come.
Wow. So I could have gone?
That's my ticket. Off we go. Let's go to London.
All right.
Fly, of course.
Imagine that moment. I'm just there in the queue. Goodness. So you want to play the role of Luna? But you do realize you're not...
And I kept forgetting that I have to talk back to him because I'm so used
Your
to
point?
watching him on screen. And I kind of think that contributed to the whole Luna Lovegood vibe because she is a bit spacey. Hello, everyone. You look dreadful, Ron.
I feel like Luna and her are the same in real life as well. I don't know why. I get the feeling that they're just the same. The character and her, that's what she probably is in real life as well.
I remember when I first met you all. Biggest bunch of misfits I ever set eyes on. And here we all are.
We're still a bunch of misfits.
Well, maybe. All got each other.
Oh man, I'm gonna miss this. I wish there was more.
Working hard is important, but there's something that matters even more. Believing in yourself.
Everyone felt more like they belonged by witnessing these characters that didn't belong.
Yeah. You essentially become the character becomes you.
Bonnie was kind of, when she arrived, she was only 9, maybe.
Mummy, have you seen my jumper? Yes, dear, it was on the cat. How?
Yeah.
I always found
That was the first time she was like, oh my word, my crush is here. Good God. Help me. Ron, please.
Bonnie was the youngest one, so it was just a bit like, oh, what? This is weird.
And you know, there is this kind of pressure, you know, this is the loved sort of hero of the story.
So everyone on this set has known you for about 6 or 7 years and they watched you grow up, and they're now going to just watch you kiss. Cool, yeah.
Yeah, great stuff. You know what? I'd be the type of person I wouldn't even watch because goodness. One thing about me, I don't like watching scenes like that. Goodness, you're probably thinking, wow, what a weirdo. But no, I don't like watching those intimate scenes. I just go like this. So I feel like in real life, I just be like, get it over and done with. Come on. I got a meeting to be at. I got to eat my burger. Come on, hurry, hurry. That's what I'd be like.
Did you get anything? Because I stole quite a lot.
I was definitely trying to steal my wand, and I worry that if I had, I probably would have lost it by now somewhere. Well, I've been assured that...
How dare you tell me that? What? And you're only telling me that now? I'm joking.
They said, okay, this time we are going to blow up Hogwarts. When you do your spell, it will blow up. And I was actually really surprised and scared by my own reaction.
Her laugh is amazing. You could literally start laughing. I could be crying, right? Tears and everything. Well, we all know, I think we've established that I can't cry. But let's just say for the sake of it, right? She starts laughing, it's over. I'll be like... Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. Her laugh is amazing.
I know where you're going with this.
It's happened. He's one of them.
One of what?
Harry is under the impression Draco Malfoy is now a Death Eater.
Yeah, Draco. Oof. Yeah, this is where it was like, ooh, I feel so sorry for him. It got to a point where it was like, ooh, I never knew you had this side to yourself.
Goes to the dark side.
You dare to talk to me like that in my own house? So much of what Draco's journey is to do with whether he is or isn't trying to please his father.
Yeah, yeah.
They make him do the worst thing ever, or to attempt the worst thing ever of killing Dumbledore, and obviously we see him crumble.
Draco, years ago, I knew a boy who made all the wrong choices. Please let me help you.
I don't want your help. Don't you understand? I have to do this.
Oh, I'm reliving this. Oof. This hurt me.
With Tom, what was great...
This whole, after that scene onwards, completely broke me.
We were able to give him the opportunity to explore a far more complex and interesting journey. This is your opportunity to really shine.
I remember David Yates saying if we can get just 1% of empathy or sympathy for him, then we'll have done our job.
Yeah, it worked all right. I felt so bad for him.
Harry's always going to make the right choice. Draco breaks the chains of this terrible family, of his responsibility and what he's expected to do. And to watch Tom create that struggle on screen and really manifest all that nuance, all that complication, all that great ethical minefield that he tiptoes through, it was just so impressive.
Yeah, it's phenomenal acting. Oh. Oh, who remembers this? We all do.
Severus.
Please.
Please. Avada Kedavra.
Oh, good God. Deja vu. I am reliving this. Why am I doing this? Why? Why?
So many people that we both thought would be around for much longer than they have been, like Helen and Alan and Richard and...
They're like family. You can grieve in the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just too soon.
Yeah.
Just passed away, right? Ah. Come on, no tears. No tears, guys, please, for the love of God. You've done your stuff the last 8 movies. I don't need it.
Richard Harris was such a special, warm person.
Okay, so he died in 2002.
He was
Right.
so twinkly.
Yeah, he was great. I remember saying, I mean, which is, it tells you how great of a job the new person, I forget the name, the new person that took on the role of Dumbledore afterwards. Because I remember saying, Richard doing that Dumbledore role, I could not see the new one doing a good job at all. Something like that. But he did a really good job. And it was like, okay, after 1 or 2 movies, I was like, ooh, this is great. Dumbledore's great. I'm really liking Dumbledore. But it is sad, you know, you're losing someone like that after, was it like a movie or 2? I think it was just after the first one, right?
I wondered when I'd be seeing you, Mr. Potter.
Ah, he passed away as well. I never knew that.
You know, I'll be very, very old one day saying, like, I knew that absolute legend.
I know I ought not to be here.
Oh, she died as well. Wow. That's...
I feel lucky to have worked with her and shared just so much, frankly, adolescent laughter with her on the set.
Wow. I did not know she passed away.
She taught me a lot.
Ah, yeah. Come on, Tom, keep it together. Don't want to tear her up, mate.
I can teach you how to bewitch the mind.
2016. Wow, it's been a long time. I thought it was like a few years ago. It's been that long. Wow.
Alan was a very dear friend. And we had that final scene, his final scene.
It answers to you and you only.
Oh, man.
We sort of went toe-to-toe in a funny way, you know, Snape and Voldemort. 2 actors can relish metaphorically fencing with each other. Alan was a magician in that way as an actor.
Yeah, he was so good. So good.
Ones that love us never really leave us. And you can always find them in here.
Oh, I gotta make a brother cry. Oh. The ones that leave us never really leave us. Oh, Lord. In loving memory. Wow. Don't worry. I'm fighting these tears, alright? I will be fighting them till the day I die. Oh, goodness.
You're not alone.
The Elder One.
Oh, I'm getting chills.
The most powerful wand ever made. The Resurrection Stone. The Cloak of Invisibility.
Oof, I'm getting chills. It's like I'm watching it all over again.
They make one master of death.
The boy who lived.
Come to die.
Come to die.
Oof. Ah. Wow. Yeah. Chapter 4. Something worth fighting for. Ooh, Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. Yeah.
Remember my hamster? Does anyone remember my hamster?
Yes.
Millie.
Yeah, I didn't remember the hamster's name. I'm sorry.
Rest in peace,
I
Millie.
remember you having a hamster and being vaguely jealous that you had an animal that was on set with you.
They made a coffin for it.
Wow. Goodness. So she actually had a hamster. I thought it was just Hermione having a hamster. Ron really didn't like it, did she? Did she? Did he?
It had her name engraved because
mean-
I was beside myself.
Did we do like a service? I feel like we said a few words.
I kept wanting to pick up dead Millie and like stroke and touch dead Millie.
Oh.
And he was like, Emma, Millie's got to like stay in the coffin now.
I have forgotten so much of this.
I mean, I've forgotten more than you, Dan. Goodness.
They'll look better than we do in the epilogue, which is great. Like
which
we
is a
made it in
win.
before
I was gonna
that.
say.
The ending, yeah, that was so wholesome.
I think David Yates used to describe us as astronauts because no one else has really experienced this on this scale and will be kind of forever bonded by that.
Wow.
Some of the sweetest memories I have from the three of us is just each of us knowing we sort of needed to take care of each other.
I think we have all fallen asleep in various, like,
Yes.
on each other in, like, some of the most grand cathedrals and things in the UK.
Yeah, they've been really close.
If we were doing a stunt, I trusted that one of you would catch me.
I feel like that kind of trust and reliance, there's very few working environments where you get that much time to build that up.
And it was like non-verbal. Like it was like the three of us could communicate without even having to say anything. We just knew what needed to be done. We were each very strong for each other.
Yeah, you could tell. That's the vibe I would get every time I watched them together in the movies. It was like, wow, I can just imagine them as like themselves outside of the movies.
Dumbledore sends you off to find all these Horcruxes, but doesn't tell you how to destroy them.
I think because we all got to do a lot more serious stuff and it was a real opportunity to go deeper with these characters.
Are you coming or are you staying? I saw you two the other night.
That's nothing.
Yeah. The insecurity levels were peak in that scene, weren't they?
First of all, we were doing Harry Potter films, and then on the last movie, the director came in and was like, hey, how about you do slow dancing to Nick Cave for 5 minutes? You're like, wait, what movie are we working on? Like, great, but okay.
Yeah. It was just Harry trying to cheer up Hermione, you know, make light of the situation that they were in. I don't have a guitar. I feel like I should have one. Here. No?
Is there no one we can trust?
There was that sequence on the last movie where it was like us running through the forest.
We were racing through the woods, trying not to be caught by the snatchers.
Oh, yeah. Remember that.
I feel like Rupert was always like a little bit too like, you guys do what you like.
This was like, you do your thing.
Yeah,
I'll be here.
for me, running is a stunt. Walking is a stunt.
Oh, Ron is such a Rupert is literally Ron. I know they said that, and it was like, yeah, goodness. He's like, walking is a stunt for me. Breathing is a stunt. You know, waking up in the morning is a stunt.
Obviously, us kissing was
Oh, yeah?
the most horrifying thing either of us have ever had to go through.
Goodness. All right. Didn't know you felt that way.
Lord Leviosa. She's a nightmare, honestly. No wonder she hasn't got any friends.
Yeah.
I love Ron and Hermione's romance and the way that sort of just bubbles away under the story constantly.
Yeah.
This relationship has been so restrained for so long.
Bit of toothpaste.
Slughorn's having Christmas do, you know.
Damn, I mean, I never knew they found it that awkward.
There's a scene that we're shooting later this week that we should talk about once you've read it, because we're doing the kiss this week between Ron and Hermione.
What?
Doing the kiss between Ron and Hermione in
This week?
in the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, they're dreading it, all right.
I did not make this better because I've been told significantly that I was just being an absolute about this and was like, I'm going to come on set and watch you guys kiss.
Well,
and
everyone wanted to be on set.
And Rupert's, I could almost on that first take, I saw Rupert's face explode with surprise.
I think I blacked out. I just remember your face getting closer.
You might say you blacked out. Wow. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I didn't even have time to process that. It was like, because Voldemort was doing his thing. I think we were just literally on the last scene, I think, where it was like, oh, okay, so we got this thing done. Now we have to go for the snake, I think. Goodness.
I remember the scene when you were like, no guys, I'm the one who has to go on my own kind of thing on this one. And I gave you the hug to say goodbye. I'll go with you.
I'll kill the snake.
Yeah, that got me. It's like Hermione knew and she was like, yeah. Oh, it was like a goodbye to the series. Like yeah, she says, yeah.
How I really felt about it all coming to an end.
Yeah.
The final battle. It's only been a week since I watched the part 2 of Deathly Hallows, right? But it feels like it's weird. It feels like I haven't watched it in months, but I've only watched it like a week. It's weird. Ooh.
I owe so much to Neville as a character. I was very, very shy. I would never speak up in class. I wouldn't put my hand up for anything because I very much was him.
Yeah. I mean, his character development and what he had to do as the character in the end. My guy Neville coming in clutch with the sword and then don't know what that sound effect was. No idea.
Doesn't matter that Harry's gone.
Stand down, Neville.
People die every day. We lost Harry tonight. He's still with us. And here, they didn't die in vain.
No, he didn't.
What it did for me, both as a story and as an actor in it, was that it helped me to find, at first, what I'm not. Harry's heart did beat for us, for all of us! Which therefore, by extension, found what I am.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Yeah. My guy Neville. What development for the character. Like, where he was throughout the whole, like, 6 movies. And it's like, now he has his chance to become the hero, right? He's the one that cuts the snake, kills the snake.
I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if Dan just grabbed Rafe and pulled him off this tower? That deep connection that we'd sort of threaded through the stories and the films.
Yeah, that was done so well. I mean, I remember saying, what the hell? Is Harry gonna be good? Because that looks like a journey and a half that Voldemort's taking him on.
As well as the physical challenge of making the films, there was that small pressure of thinking, you're the one who's going to finish this. It has to go out on a high. It has to be meaningful.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, boy did it deliver. I mean, I think I've read some of your comments. I mean, I try to check all the comments. And, of course, I can't reply to all of them. But I do see all of them, I think. And I think you guys said in the books that he dies like... He doesn't basically turn into dust. He dies like a human death, kind of showing how in the books he was just like ordinary. Not like this, yeah. That was interesting. I never knew that. I thought in the books he would have died the same way. But I guess not.
Who are you?
Hello, my name is Emma Watts. I play the part of Hermione Granger.
I'd rather not be seen like this?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he doesn't like the clip in his hair. Yeah.
Oh, they look adorable.
It's your first day. How does it feel?
It feels absolutely fantastic.
Are you excited?
Very much so. Can't wait.
Oh, man. They're so adorable. Back in that age.
It was weird things. Even my name didn't feel like my name. I
Yeah.
felt I only really knew how to do one thing.
Yeah.
I knew how to play Ron.
Ron was my favourite character.
Yeah. They really just went into it, didn't they?
It always had to end at some point. We were never going to be doing this forever.
The way it feels for me now,
Ah.
like seeing you here, having had time apart, I try not to get emotional.
We've watched each other grow up. We grew up together. We're family. We always will be. We don't need to see each other. Even though we don't see each other.
Don't cry. Come on, guys. Keep it together. For me. Not you. Not Hermione. Me.
Always have, and we will always be part of each other's life.
I'm not crying. Hey. No. Leave me be. Goodness gracious. Trying to make me cry. Like, these lot don't have it easy, do they?
I love you. As a friend.
Just to be clear for everyone watching.
It's true. There's so much love.
Yeah, you had to clear that up. Yeah, I love you. Just as a friend. Goodness. Don't get the wrong idea. I said idea again, isn't it? idea. Lord have mercy.
The collective emotion was incredibly palpable. And for the people who'd supported them and had been there for them throughout.
Wow. Yeah. Everyone crying. Ah.
On that last day, I just lost it.
I remember all of us just holding each other. All three of us were like utterly devastated.
Yeah. Ah.
It's so ingrained in me as well. Like, I measure my life with these movies. Someone says like, "Oh, when did you pass your driving test?" I'm like, Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah. I would be horrible at this. I feel like I'd be crying non-stop. I hate goodbyes.
There's something about Harry Potter that makes life richer. Stories give us places we can go where we can rest and feel held.
Yeah, yeah. Just escape, right? It's escapism.
The amount of people that have said things like, these are the only films my dad and I watch together. Like, we can't talk about anything else. And like, we watch Harry Potter together and that has been our thing.
And just seeing it kind of relive on and finding new mediums like the stage show, Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. Are we going to watch it soon? Who knows?
The stories told within them, the individual characters' journeys. I just think that has such a transformative effect on people.
I agree.
Very inspiring for young people to go, oh, that could be me there, having that moment of doubt or that wobble or that argument with my parents.
Oh, I feel like this is going to have an emotional ending, you know. I could just tell by the soundtrack. I'm a sucker for soundtracks in the background.
And that's what's so profoundly therapeutic and good about it, is it's made people who otherwise feel lonely, they feel they belong.
Don't give it to her!
Oh, I feel it.
Come up and say hello to me now, weren't even born when we made the film, so quickly makes you feel slightly older and very grateful that it's being passed down to other generations.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, you probably have kids nowadays watching these movies back and then thinking, oh, but I thought this was my generation's thing, but it's like, no, it's been passed on now.
I get to be part of a world that people love so much and makes people happy.
There's something about those escapism you find, the healthy form of escapism. That, I think, is kind of what Harry Potter does.
Yeah.
Just think it's an end of an era. It's 10 years of my life, and my children are growing up during it, of course.
Oh, I might tear up now. Oh. Just seeing... Oh, don't do it. Hagrid, please.
To their children. So you could be watching it in 50 years' time. Easy. I'll not be here, sadly, but... Don't you think on it for 1 minute. But Hagrid will. Yes.
Looking back at it now,
Can't believe he actually said that. I won't be here. Oh, good God. I told you. The tears would come. Hey, I refuse to cry. But the tears, can't refuse those.
I can't really explain to you, like, they're such good people. They were so kind and they both took the responsibility. Appreciated that so much.
it really is like family. We're just so intrinsically linked.
They're very important people to me.
Oh my goodness gracious. It was like, you know what? I thought I was done. It's...
foundational to who I am. As a person and an actor.
Oh, his voice is breaking.
So yeah, it was a very good 10 years.
I am fighting tears. God, I am genuinely fighting tears. Lord have mercy. Again, I don't have my water. This is great. I'm left. I've done this to myself. And that's it. It's over. That's it. It's done. It's done. I think I lost it a little bit when Hagrid just comes in. He's like, I'm not going to be here. That part got me. And it was like, and then Emma just starts crying as well. Yeah. I mean, look, like I said before, it's been one hell of a journey, hasn't it? I mean, you guys have watched this as kids. A lot of my friends have watched this as kids. I probably with a handful of others didn't, even though I used to have it on in the background. And it's crazy how much this franchise means to people. it's like, you know, it's crazy. You always know, I've known about this. I've known how big of a fan base Harry Potter has with the books and, you know, these movies. But it's like, you realize it as you're watching these movies, and then I read your guys' comments and it's like, this is special. And then you can see what it means to the cast. It's just great, isn't it? Like, and they're still so close. You can feel it. You can genuinely feel how, you know, close they are. They're still in contact. They will text each other every other day, maybe every other week. It's been great. I don't know what's next. I think, look, it will either 100% be, I mean, I want to do both, and I think I will do both, but for the time being, I want to start off with just one of these series, whether that's Lord of the Rings or Fantastic Beasts. I don't even know Fantastic Beasts was like 3 movies or 4. I can't remember. I think one of you guys said in the comment section. I did not know that it was cut short. So I guess I could do that first. I don't know. We'll see. The votes are still coming in. I put it under the community tab on the channel. This has been emotional. What a wholesome reunion. Yeah. That was yeah. It's just sad. It's like, I'm never going to get to see these guys again, you know, as these characters.